Among all the abilities, heroes, and interactions in Marvel Rivals, there are certainly no shortages of things to learn. But today I've put together a list of random facts, tips, and other fun things that I hope are surprising to you, or at least entertaining. None of this video is going to include anything about lore or character history. I'm talking about things that are unique to Marvel Rivals and things about the game itself, so no prior Marvel knowledge is needed. Hopefully at least one of these is new to you, and if so, I'll consider this video a success. So let's get started. Secret Shield Hero. This game has multiple heroes that can utilize shields to protect you and your team from damage and team-wiping ults. But there's a hero with a secret shield ability in the game, the Punisher. The Punisher's turret states it blocks damage from the front, and it really means all damage. It blocks Iron Man's ult, Magneto's ult, and even Scarlet Witch's ult. And not only does it protect Punisher, it protects anyone standing behind you as well. It does this even in the animation. Portal Arms. One of the funnier useless facts I've discovered is that when viewing yourself through Doctor Strange's portal, featuring an ability that puts you in first person, this will result in only your arms being rendered. Such abilities as Hela's ultimate, Punisher's turret, and Black Widow's ultimate. However, there is an exception, Deadpool. He goes into first person when selecting a skill to upgrade, but he is visible to himself in portals during. Mr. Fantastic Portals. For some reason, Mr. Fantastic cannot punch through any portal. He seems to be the only melee character that is affected by this. Penny Mind Max. Penny can normally deploy up to 15 arachnomines, but there's a way to bypass this limit. By using your ultimate and opting to release arachnomines, you can release 7 more during your ult. The mines you release during ult also have a limit of 15. So in total, you can have up to 30 mines on the battlefield at any given time. Resource Rumble lives on. Despite Resource Rumble being completely removed from the game playlist starting with Season 6, you can technically still play it. If you want, I guess. This is due to NetEase seemingly forgetting to remove it from the Practice tab in the Game Mode section, where you can find the tutorial for Resource Rumble. This is also the only way to get access to this map. Bats. Despite being so far away that you would never be able to see this in-game, the bats flying around Dracula's castle have little faces on them. Adam's Legendary. On Adam's new legendary skin, Cosmic Warlock, you can see that the purple star effects seem to be reused from Cloak and Dagger's ultimate ability. Adam Voice. Back-to-back Adam facts. Saw this one on Reddit, so I'm including the handle and original post. But turning off costume-specific sounds for Adam's Blood Avatar skin will cause his cosmic cluster to have a different sound. Thor Pendant. The pendant Thor wears with his Worthy Waves skin equipped is a pendant depicting Mjolnir that was commonly worn as a talisman by the Norse Vikings for divine protection. Rocket Network. So this isn't much of a fact anymore since it's not in the game, but the old Rocket team-up used to persist even after one player swapped off Penny or Rocket. It does not work for the team-up with Star-Lord. And it does not work with other deployable abilities like Groot's Wall with Mantis, Emma's Ice Wall with Luna, or Thor's Spear with Angela. Subtitles. Funny thing with the subtitles, if you have them on, is some characters' dialogue have emoticons. And for Jeff, you can see extra words in brackets describing how Jeff feels. Spider-Man vs. Thing. It's a dark day as a Thing player. I never wanted to put this out there, but since it's a useless fact, I feel that I must. Well, it's actually not that useless, if you're a Spider-Man main that is. Spider-Man's web grab that pulls enemy towards him will hold the thing longer than any other character. But actually with Season 6, the same thing happens to Monster Hulk, who now has basically the same passive in his ult. So maybe they just copy and pasted the code. Rocket Jump Pack. After picking up Rocket's Jump Pack, if you're swallowed by a Jeffrey the Land Sharkius, you will actually lose the Jump Pack. Luna Ult Face. It's funny and stupid, but Luna's face is completely deadpan while she's ulting. Penny Voice. Penny Parker in the Marvel Universe is Japanese, and so it makes sense that her voice actor, Sally Amaki, speaks Japanese as well, seeing as she has Japanese dialogue. Well, in the Japanese audio for Marvel Rivals, Penny's voice actor is yet again Sally Amaki, making for some nice continuity.
It's spider time! Mine's in place. Double kill! That's 3! Sayonara! さあ、スパイダーの時間だよ！これが東京スタイルだよ。ダブルキルよ！地雷設置したよ。
Sally Amaki also voices Kiriko in Overwatch, if you've ever wondered why she sounds so familiar. Rocket Ult Emote. As Rocket, if you put your own Sia down, you cannot emote while under its effects. Really don't see a reason why not. But others can emote just fine. Gambit cards. Normally you wouldn't be able to see this, but Gambit has multiple unique cards in his deck, represented by various X-Men characters. And when you are giving Gambit's ult, the cards have this underneath, which is hidden most of the time. However, his primary just shoots basic purple cards that are the same on both sides. Thing Chain Jump. The things in Battle Leap and Battle Blitz both share their charges, and normally using one puts them both on cooldown. But you can chain these abilities consecutively. By using one ability and then immediately using the other, you can chain these jumps together. The timing is extremely short, and you need to have your targets planned out, as well as both charges. But you can move quite the distance using this technique. Groot Ult. Something I learned recently that might be a surprise to many is that Groot's ult is a projectile that he shoots out. I'm a Lord Groot and I never knew this. I figured he sprouted roots from where your crosshair was aiming. Ults and grabs. There are certain instances where your stunning ult will not affect characters. Ults like Doctor Strange's, The Thing, or Groot's. That is when characters are being grabbed by either Emma or Rogue. During the animation for these, grabbed enemies will not be affected by the ults. This is important to know if you're trying to grab someone during your teammate's ult or vice versa. You may just unintentionally protect the enemy. Replay timeline. If you're like me and watch the replay, you're probably wondering what these markings on the timeline are. The white lines are eliminations that are separated on blue and red for each team respectively, and the other symbol is whenever either team caps point. The symbol can change depending on the map as well. Punisher Smoke. Lastly, another Punisher fact. So normally when using your smoke grenade ability, you launch back during the animation. But while you are bubbled by Mag or Hulk, the ability will not push Punisher backwards, most likely due to the bubbles preventing CC, meaning Punisher's smoke grenade is like a self-CC. And I think I actually saw when I was playing Punisher that it's not affected by the Thing's grounding ability, so that might also further prove this theory. I'll leave it in the video if it's true. And that is all the random stuff I collected for this video. Hopefully it was at least a little amusing, since it was fun for me to compile all these little stupid facts and whatnot. Also, sorry if I didn't cover any specific heroes. You can probably tell by the video which characters I played. I found most of these things myself through my own gameplay, so it ended up being a little limited. But I hope I discussed a favorite of yours anyways. But if you enjoyed the content though, please let me know in the comments. I would love to make more Rivals videos.
Bye bye.